Okay, I've cleaned up the wood. There's no staples or nails or anything sticking out anymore. So now let's put on one of the sides. Now I've stuck some boards under here to kind of help me out to hold the sides up. So let's see if we can just put them up there for size. There we go. And what I've got to do is put these in so that they'll hold on the bottom. Now they don't have to be very long. You see, I'm using some short ones. What you want them to do is penetrate through that and then have a, I don't know, half inch or an inch sticking out. That's plenty good to hold on, as long as you put enough of them in. So let's get one in and we'll start with that. There we go. Okay, I've got enough to hold it in. Now what I got to do is I'm going to just start putting them in the bottom. Just space them maybe 8 inches apart. You want to have quite a few of them to make sure that the bottom holds pretty good. So, here it goes. We've got this side. So now all I've got to do is turn it around so I can put the other side. Now this is going to be a bit precarious because of the way this is situated, so I'm going to put a couple of starter screws in here just to help out. Now that I've got it sitting there, if we put this in, that will support it at least fairly well straight. But anyway, let's see, put just set the sides in. And this is generally what it's going to look like. Now keep in mind that the sides are going to be overlapped on the outside, so this top lip isn't going to be there. But you can see this is overall what it's going to look like. And that's pretty good. It's fairly deep. It's a foot deep roughly. Okay, I've got my grow box all finished here, and you can see the plastic I put in it. But anyway, I think this is going to work good right now. Now, the plastic that I've gotten here, what this is you can see it kind of has a yellow tinge to it. This is greenhouse plastic, 6mm greenhouse plastic, and I believe it's been put away. It's about 10 years old. And it's never been used, but when I originally had my greenhouse, I used this covering, and then this is leftover pieces that I folded up neatly and put away. So it's been sitting there for 10 years, and I guess it discolored somewhat, but it still feels good and strong, and so I'm going to use this. Now, one of the things I've got to do is put the lining in the box and then put some water in it, and just make sure there's no holes in it, because there shouldn't be any holes in it, but you know, it's been sitting around for 10 years, so you never know. Something might have gotten jammed into it or something. You never know. But let me show you some of the close-ups of this, what we've done here, so you can kind of see what we did. Now, one of the things, if you notice, see, there's some bricks laying on the ground. I took those off because, as you can see underneath here, see, I put those 2x4 spacers underneath there like I was talking about. I didn't use one 2x10. I just used two 2x4s, and I thought, well, that ought to work. It seems to work. But anyway, when I put those under there and saw how high the thing was, I thought, you know, I bet if I lowered that down one brick level, it'd probably be just fine. So I did. Now there's only 3 bricks high, and this is how high it is. And so I think that's just right. So it's not 4 bricks high. It's 3 bricks high. And I think that'll be just fine. Now, you can see inside here what I basically did was I took the plywood and then I put these 2x4s. Now, I was saying you can use 2x2s, but I just had a lot of 2x4s around, so I didn't want to bother with going to find some 2x2s or cutting them up. But what they're for is provide something to nail against for this plywood. In other words, see the plywood down here is up from underneath, it's nailed up against this board, and on the outside it's nailed right here to this board, and all the way around it's the same thing. So it's very strong. And then I put this 2x4 on both rails just to give it some strength here. So this ought to work nice. So the next thing I've got to do right now is you can see my water tank over there. That's what I use to water the stuff, you know, the sprinklers in here. And I've got a hose over there. And if you remember, I used that hose for leveling the place. So what I'm going to do now is siphon some water out of that tank and put about 1 inch of water in here to see if it holds water. Let it sit overnight and make sure I don't have any leaks. And if I do, I'll fix them or something. But anyway, let's back up here and get a better look. So there's what we've got for a grow bed. 1 foot deep, 8 feet long, and 2 feet wide. And that ought to do well. Okay, the water is starting to siphon in here. It's coming in pretty slow. But if you listen, you can maybe hear the water running in the background. What that is refilling the tank up there that this is siphoning out of. Now the water tank back there, the level in the water is probably about here when it's full, so it's just siphoning out of that tank, and that tank has got a little refill on it that's run by a float valve regulator. So I'm not going to put a lot of water in there, but we'll let it fill up and kind of straighten out the bottom. And, as we go here,